punching the elephant's butt. The elephant being segregation. He's got the feeling, he's got the responsibility to suffer in this process.
See, the prophet must go to people he's prophesying against. He must live with them, and he must suffer with them, and he must die with them. It's a hard road, brother. That's why they're barefooted.
McBride, he's just a much more moral man than I am. My notion is he'll allow you need to get the job done. Do whatever you have to get blacks in the Mercer. Called swivel hips. You don't just run straight to the line.
Joe came to my high school.
Met with my guidance counselor.
He came up with a way to get us in there and protect us after we get there.
Joe was actually striking out on new territory. Very few colleges in Georgia were recruiting African Americans like this, and they were hardly doing it in any sort of fashion the way Mercer was doing.
He was our #1 advocate and kind of considered us his children. He was our big white daddy.
St. Joseph. Of course, he'll kill me for saying that. No, Joe did nothing for me, but love me. He's all heart, and I love the man.
I never had father figures when I was growing up, but if there was one, Dean Joe would have been it. Papa Joe.
I grew up with a great love for black people. My mother died when I was 6 months old, and the black nanny took care of me. And her bloods. And I loved her deep. Oh yeah, we were connected. My playmates in Talbot County were predominantly were black. We ran together, we fished together, but I never gave any thought to segregation, you know. When I was a kid, going to school, we'd be standing out there waiting for the school bus, and black people walking along the road, you know, walking miles. And I'd be standing out there waiting for the school bus. The black kids were walking to the school. Teachers walking that one-room schoolhouse, heated, I assume, by a wood heater. Let out there, we had to shake the peanuts, pick the cotton. They were shut down to pick our crops. But I never saw nothing wrong with that. My father was the chairman of the school board. I never saw nothing wrong with this. This is the way the world is. Never any questions.
What color is that?
Black.
And what color is that?
White.
You ever see any people either one of those damn colors?
Skin.
There are all types of schisms in the black community. There's Sam Money. Sam was not really a part of that black community. He was an African.
This is a young man who came from Africa with supreme self-confidence. Born of the fact that I, as an African man, grew up among other Africans who never stopped for a moment to wonder about their Africanness. Do you wake up and say, oh God, I'm so glad that I'm white, that my nose is a little pointy end, you know? No! As far as I'm concerned, I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I was comfortable in my own skin.
We didn't hate him, well, he was treated differently, and he acted differently, and he actually was different, you know? He hadn't gone through the black American experience. He didn't see himself the way we saw ourselves. And we had a lot of rethinking to do as far as the conceptualization of ourselves as human beings and first-class citizens. But Sam, he obviously never had to do that. He didn't have to. He's probably always been a first-class citizen in this country.
The only similarity was the color of his skin, you know? I felt sorry for him, but he didn't seem like he wanted to befriend him. But he was probably lonesome, and he was being mistreated. His entire world was crushed when he found out that the same people who brought him over here didn't even accept him as a human being.
I must have slept to walk my way through those years. I think it was Julius Caesar that said, "Weenie, weenie, winky." I came, I saw.